Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a quick look at KuCoin, see what's going on here. Obviously, we're up on the day, but we need to identify how much longer this is going to hold and kind of where we're going from here. So we'll take a look at that, and I want to just quickly note a couple things here for Bitcoin first, so you can kind of understand what's going on there as well. I kind of feel like we might be setting up for dead cat bounce. I'm not trying to concern you at all, but if we saw back here from before with El Salvador candle, the price has continued down, right? Kind of got like a little fake out, right? Well, we've had multiple fake outs in the recent past, and each one of them resulted in a slightly lower price point, right? So it just keeps going down, down, down. Not to say that this will go down, but if it were to, we got what, 3 days in a row? Is there a chance we're going to see a fourth or fifth red day? I think that's possible, right? So again, not trying to concern you, just be realistic. You have some stop losses in place. You might want to loosen those up a little bit, just in case Bitcoin drops down to 48,000 or even lower. Because keep this in mind, when Bitcoin drops by 3% right now, most altcoins are knee-jerk reactions about 10 to 12%. So we're literally experiencing about a 3 to 4x reaction from altcoins when Bitcoin responds negatively. Okay, so just bear that in mind, and please understand that this we're not out of the doghouse yet. We still got a lot of room to grow. We need to break above 52,500, which is a previous, again, high there for the El Salvador candle, and make sure we can kind of get above that level too, because that's a strong resistance. So again, that's kind of where we're at there for Bitcoin. So just keep that in the mind, in your mind while you're looking at this here, of course, because that factors in a lot. Because KuCoin, regardless of how great it did yesterday, it is fairly reliant on Bitcoin's success, right? It only did what it did yesterday, or still doing today, depending on how what charts you're using. It's doing that because of the fact that Bitcoin is finally showing a little bit of stability, a little bit of increase. Okay, now we're only 3 days into this post 27% drop in 16 hours. So we need to really just kind of respect that and be mindful of the fact that it may not be done dropping. Okay, so again, just throwing that out there. Therefore, CRO could drop again. Just say, for example, we do experience a 3% drop from Bitcoin, or 5 to 10%. We might see somewhere in the range of 10 to 20 for CRO. Okay, so just be aware of that. Anyways, enough of that doom and gloom. Let's go ahead and move on to the realistic stuff here. Look at that 50-day simple moving average. It's trailing behind. That could work as a strong support. So I can confidently say that I would say that 48 cents is probably a pretty strong secondary support outside of 58, because of the fact that the 50 is working its way up to intersect with that if the price were to come down. But also note this was an all-time high here at 58 cents, and it tested it 3 times before it broke. So that's kind of reaffirms itself as a strong support level presently. Okay, just bear that in mind. That could be a strong support. So I think we have a good support channel between 48 and 58 cents. Okay, looking at the RSI, we're back up over 50, which is nice. I think that's tentative for the moment. We'll see obviously what the next 24 hours holds for us, but that is a positive little sentiment. Looking at the 4-hour chart, we've got this potential issue here. In other words, the 50-day simple moving average is working its way down, holding the price action down. This is concurrent with Bitcoin's behavior right now, so bear that in mind too. It's not like this is just going to keep pushing it down, but it is effectively creating a death cross, and that's what happens when the 50 intersects with the 200 in a downward fashion, very similar to a MACD divergence where the price action is shifting from bullish to bearish. We're seeing that here as well. And just note that we had what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had about 6 4-hour candlesticks into this upwards pattern. In other words, right now it's likely to break to the downside, but we had a decent amount of continuation there for the last half a day, 12 to 24 hours. So ultimately, it's no surprise the price is coming back down. Okay. But the key takeaway here is that the 50-day simple moving average is working as a resistance, where the 200 might be coming up to work as a support. Just note that the 50-day simple moving average has more tendency to affect the price than the 200 does. So it very well could push it down, but it looks like it's all going to come to a head right here around 58 cents. So I'd speculate that we're going to see 58 cents get tested in the near future, just based on this sentiment alone. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 1 hour and wrap this up here. So for the Ichimoku Cloud, we've got a couple of good things going on here. So let's just talk about this for a second. First of all, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's go ahead and look at this one first. So we can see here that according to TD sequential, we hit a 9, and then we hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We hit 12 candlesticks after we hit a 9, right? So yes, it's all well and good that KuCoin went up 27% in approximately 1 trading day. However, there's a flip to that, right? What goes up must come down. So I would venture to guess we're going to see the price, again, trend closer to 58 based on that, because there was a bit of an continuation, you could say, on the 1 hour. That was only 5 4-hour candlesticks, so it's roughly about 20 hours worth of bullish momentum. That's not a bad thing, don't get wrong, but coming up to this resistance level, concurrent with Bitcoin kind of being a bit on the over-exaggerated side, again, based on its recent history, there's a lot of little things kind of coming together here to cause me to believe that we're going to see a reversal here from KuCoin soon. I hope that I'm wrong. I totally hope the price keeps going up. It's not like I don't want that. But I can tell you, though, that realistically, it's a bit on the overextended side. We need at least 12 to 24 hours more of consolidation sideways. So if by this time tomorrow, the price is in the same spot and Bitcoin's kind of continuing in the same spot, then it might be advantageous to consider taking entry, because there's a good chance on the Ichimoku cloud will kind of be officially broken above that, and we'll be in good shape. So let's look at the cloud here. And what I mean by broken above is I'm talking about the lagging span. So we look at this guy. And what's going on here? First of all, we got good things going, right? So price above the cloud, check number one. Had you taken entry here, that would have been awesome, right? Hindsight's 2020, but that's what you want to look for. Preferably, we want to see a MACD convergence in the 4-hour chart concurrent with this. That's what I refer to as a double rainbow, and that's a good thing, right? Those are great. However, just say we're above the cloud right now. It's all well and good. We got the conversion line above the baseline. Also good. 2 checks. The third check is to require this lagging span not to be intersected with any price action. It hasn't yet, right? But if the price continues sideways or retraces any further, we're going to see the lagging span inevitably intersect with the price action within, I would say, about 12 more hours. And if that happens, then we're going to expect to, well, I wouldn't say we want to expect anything, because the cloud isn't foolproof. But what it does, it helps you understand when you should get in and when you should get out. Right now, it's still telling us that we have bullish momentum. But once that lagging span intersects with the price action, it's considered to be a closed door, and you'd want to take your profits. Okay. So there's still a chance that we could see KuCoin, leg up. And if that does that, then this will continue up and it won't intersect with the price action. That's okay. That's ultimately what could happen. The likelihood of that, I think, is pretty low, because I don't feel like Bitcoin's going to shoot right through 52,000, if that makes any sense. Therefore, I think the current ceiling for KuCoin is 66, which is synonymous with 52,000 for Bitcoin. And in turn, we're going to see the price action stay within the channel of 58 to 66, probably in the next 24 to 48 hours. Granted, Bitcoin doesn't sell off by over 5%. We're going to probably see a nice continuation in this channel here for KuCoin. But just be mindful, if you see Bitcoin taking a nosedive, KuCoin is going to be affected as well. So just say you'd gotten in down here at somewhere in the range of low 50s, and you're currently in the profit of about 20%. Maybe you shouldn't be all that greedy. Maybe you should consider taking some of your profits. I don't know, just a thought. That's how I am. That's how I survive in this industry, and that's how I'm consistently profitable doing this full time every day, right? Little things like that, taking profits while you still can, and making sure you stay ahead of the curve. But right now, that gap is closing, and the window is effectively slowly sliding shut. So don't be that bird that smashes into a window thinking you're just flying high, right? It's going to come to a head soon, and we just got to pay attention to what Bitcoin does and really just see what happens. So to me, I'm just exercising caution. I recommend, you take some profits if you can. Don't close all your positions. It's not what I'm saying. Take some profit, take a little off the top, put that in USDT, so the price comes back down. You can go ahead and add to your position at a better price point, okay? It's just that recycling nature of buying low, selling high, and keeping that, you can continue to reinvest in KuCoin. But, take the profits while you still can before it's too late, because Kro is not going to $1 anytime soon. Bitcoin needs to pull its head successfully from its ass first, and we're not there yet, okay? So just a word of advice. All right. Hopefully I drove that home. I apologize if I'm ranting about that, but I just, I like to ensure that we're all safe traders, and we can do what we can to maximize our profits. So that being said, that's kind of where we're at. I hope you found benefit here today. If you're not currently a member, please consider joining my community. I actually have a trading community, and we all learn and grow together. Phenomenal experience. I send out signals too for every single trade that I take. And honestly, right now, based on Bitcoin's behavior, we're not trading very much. We're doing little scalps here and there, of course. But generally speaking, I'm holding off on most of my trades because of the fact that we still don't feel super confident. We need to get Bitcoin to close above 52, 52.5 on the one-day candlestick specifically before there's any type of confirmation, right? So just be cautious, be careful, and be safe. Thanks again for your time. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.